Sometimes, power isn't shown through loud voices or raised fists. Sometimes it's revealed in silence, until the silence breaks. This is the story of a man who wore the badge with pride, and another man who forgot what it meant. It began with a spit. It ended with a reckoning. And in between, a moment that shook an entire department. Faircrest, Georgia, a small southern town with big city tensions under the surface. It was just after 8 a.m. when Officer Darren Cole pulled into his usual patrol spot near City Hall. He was a 10-year veteran of the force, known for being old school. He believed in authority. He believed in law and order. But what he didn't believe in, many said quietly, was equality. Cole often made jokes under his breath about race, about class, about who belonged and who didn't. So when he spotted a tall black man in a tailored black suit standing quietly in front of the Faircrest Police Department, no ID badge, no familiar face, he immediately assumed the worst. Loitering, probably casing the place. He muttered into his shoulder radio. He didn't ask for backup. He didn't greet the man. He simply walked up and demanded answers. "Morning, sir. You lost? This ain't a bus station." The black man turned slowly, calm, collected. "No, officer. Just observing." Cole squinted, irritated. "You work here?" "Not yet." Cole chuckled, hands on his belt. "Then you don't belong here. I don't care if you're applying to be a janitor. You wait somewhere else." The man said nothing, just stared at Cole, silent. Cole felt challenged, disrespected. So he took one step forward, and in a moment of disgust and ego, he spit right at the man's shoes. "Get off this property before I make it official." The man stepped back, wiping his shoe calmly. Then he reached into his inner coat pocket and pulled out a sleek leather badge holder. He opened it slowly. On the inside, gleaming in gold, Faircrest Police Department. Chief of Police, Quentin Marshall. Cole's face dropped. He blinked, then blinked again. "W what?" he stammered. Chief Marshall looked him in the eye. "Good morning, Officer Cole. I believe I'm due for a briefing in 5 minutes. Shall we walk in together?" Word spread like wildfire. A crowd had begun to form outside the precinct before noon. The video of the confrontation, captured by a woman across the street, was already going viral online. Inside the department, Chief Marshall stood in the briefing room, surrounded by 42 officers, including Cole. He looked at each of them, not with anger, but with purpose. "I didn't come here for vengeance. I came here for reform." He paused, letting that sink in. "But I won't tolerate disrespect. Not to me, not to this badge, not to the citizens we serve." Eyes lowered around the room. Marshall pointed to a wall plaque that read, "Protect and serve with honor." It's time we stop making that slogan decoration and make it a promise again. Officer Cole was placed on immediate leave pending investigation. Within 72 hours, he was suspended without pay, but that wasn't the end. The city council, pressured by the public in a viral video, launched a full bias and conduct review of the entire Faircrest PD. Several complaints surfaced. Cases were reopened, and through it all, Chief Quentin Marshall never raised his voice. Instead, he initiated the most aggressive community policing reform the town had ever seen. Chief Marshall wasn't a stranger to Faircrest. He grew up 2 neighborhoods away from the very station he now commanded. He used to walk past that building as a kid, wondering why none of the officers looked like him. He left at 18, joined the Marines, became a police officer in Chicago, rose through the ranks, decorated, trusted, but something always pulled him back. He told the mayor, when first offered the job, "I'm not coming back for the title. I'm coming back for the kids who look like I did, who need to see someone like them leading change." The first month under Chief Marshall was hard. Officers complained. Some requested transfers. Others retired early. But Marshall stood firm. He launched community walkthroughs, officers walking the streets without patrol cars, shaking hands with store owners, helping at schools, attending barbershop discussions. He created a civilian oversight board with real power. He made body cams mandatory and accessible to the public after complaints. And most of all, he trained officers in de-escalation, anti-bias, and respect. You don't get to wear the badge and hide behind it, he told them. You wear it like armor because you serve the people, not intimidate them. 2 months later, Officer Cole returned, not to a patrol car, but to an internal affairs review board. He came prepared with a lawyer, but he also came with something unexpected, an apology letter. He read it aloud. I failed not just a man in front of me, but the oath I swore to protect. I let ignorance replace judgment, ego replace respect. I humiliated someone I didn't even try to understand. He paused. But worse, I reminded this town of everything they feared about this department. I was wrong. Chief Marshal didn't smile. He didn't nod. He simply said, "You can't undo what you did, but you can start walking in the right direction. I'll be watching." Cole wasn't fired, but he was reassigned to community outreach duty, without a gun, without a badge, just a notepad and a chance. The day Chief Marshal visited Westview Elementary to read to kids was the day Faircrest began to believe change was possible. Parents who once crossed the street to avoid police cruisers began waving back. Business owners hung signs that read, "We stand with Chief Marshal." But it wasn't all praise. Some officers filed quiet complaints. Some donors pulled support from the department. Still, Chief Marshal stood tall. "Progress doesn't require perfection," he said at a town hall. "Just courage to keep walking." 6 months later, Officer Cole, now in full uniform again, stood at a community basketball court with neighborhood kids. One boy, no older than 9, looked at him and asked, "You the guy that spit on the chief?" The court fell quiet. Cole nodded. "Yeah, I was. I messed up bad." The boy blinked. "But you're still here?" Cole smiled, humbled. "Because your chief gave me a second chance. I didn't deserve it, but I'm not wasting it. In a world where power is too often abused and justice too often delayed, it takes one man to hold a badge and remind others why they wear theirs. This isn't just about a spit. It's about respect, redemption, and the kind of leadership that doesn't just walk into a building, but transforms it from the inside out. Chief Quentin Marshall didn't need to raise his voice to be heard. He just needed to walk in and be seen. Subscribe for more powerful stories that uncover truth, celebrate dignity, and inspire real change. New stories weekly.